Okay, so this is another PC I picked up. Well, I traded. So I traded him the i5 4598, and it had 8 gigs of RAM. I'm keeping the 90 gig SSD that's in it, because when we got this, he was telling me he did some updates for some games he plays. He's got some emulators, stuff he plays. So he's like, he updated some of the drivers. He's been having issues with it already, like some weird stuff going on with it. Like sometimes it just stopped responding, it freezes up. So he'd reboot and restart. This time it just kept going in the Windows servicing thing, the support thing it does, that Dell does, and it still, once it goes through, but Windows wouldn't start up. Then he tried to turn it off, turn it back on, and then it gives him a message saying no boot device found. So this is a drive here. It's a 1 terabyte Seagate. This actually doesn't have a date code. It has a date on it. So January 22nd, 2010 is when this drive is. I did hook this up to use this to test it again. Okay, so you move the mouse and this thing turns on, because it's got wake on keyboard and things set in the BIOS. But right here in this area right here is getting extremely warm. So this drive may be fixable, maybe not. I probably list this to someone and let them have it for free if they want to go ahead and try to fix this. But I probably won't, because it has his stuff on it. So I'll probably just destroy this drive. But and pull the magnets out of it. I like using these magnets for other things, and like make sure they can't recover it. But you see here, it starts up. I put Unigine Heaven on it. I had to go in the BIOS and rechange that thing. So, and then always this stuff here does, my screen hates this screen, absolutely hates this wallpaper. But it still needs more updates. All I basically did was turn it on, and then Windows did a driver update, so I just went ahead and downloaded the drivers directly. But you'll see what it does. I don't want to try to make this too long, because the system's running now with that drive in it. But you gonna change? Okay, here we go. So CPU's at 100%. This is not a very good CPU. He said it was saying at first it was like an i5, but I ran my utility disk on it to try to do repairs or a backup or recovery. Nothing showed up on the hard drive. I could get the hard drive to work every once in a while, but it showed it was offline, and yeah, I couldn't do nothing with that. And another weird thing was, it was showing up like when you go to reinstall Windows, it was showing up that it had 1,400,000 and some thousand gigabytes. I was like, that would be nice to have, even if it being a standard hard drive, to actually have that kind of space. I wonder how much money that drive would be if you had 1,400,000 some thousand gigs on a hard drive this small. I wonder how much that would be. And it was actual gigs and not fake gigs. So the drive died, and when you hook this in, it doesn't do anything anymore. But here is a CPU. It's got a AMD A9 9425 Radeon R5 graphics, and then we have 8 gigs. It is DDR4. It's running at 2133. I didn't see if it says one stick, so it's only a 1 gig stick. And then this is my test SSD. Finally went to an SSD. So it's a Samsung 840, and it's just 120 gig. The system has Wi-Fi. And then here is a Radeon thing. And another thing that's nice about this is, like that other HP, like that other HP computer, I have that still right here that I'm messing with right now. It is a touchscreen. So I figured, I'd trade him. And then he's getting the monitor too. He's getting the 18.5 inch monitor too, and the VGA cable, 2 power cords. And then I had to clone that drive over to his drive that's coming in like 2 days. I had to clone that 90 gig SSD, over. I had to clone that over to, to the 512. and then and then he's going to reinstall his games and all his emulators and stuff he does, all the games he plays with it, through emulation and stuff like that, are on thumb drives and an external hard drive. So he's going to do all that, set that all back up. Man, I hate that he keeps doing that. But there's a system. It seems to be pretty good. I don't know what model it is. Just I guess I could pull that up real quick too. MS system info. I like that. It's pretty nice. So it says we have, you can see here, a Dell, it's an Inspiron 3475. It's an all-in-one touchscreen. It does have the camera on the top too, so you pop that up. Camera's right there. I did clean the heatsink was a little dirty and the fan was dirty, but I didn't add no thermal paste to it. So this hard drive's bad of his. This would be just this video here, like it's not that best of a computer, but I'm gonna trade him. I think he gave me 50 for the SSD, but the SSD comes around to about 30 or something like that. So he says I could keep the rest of the money. It's like I'm getting $15 in this lap and this all-in-one for my, it still could do 1080p really good for older games. You've seen that in my benchmarks. That's the one that I, did the benchmark that had it has a Quadra K620 in it. So that's the system he's getting. So it did Shadow of Tomb Raider. This definitely wouldn't. This got like a 13 for Unigine Heaven. Like Unigine Heaven got like an average of 13 at 1080p low settings. It got like 13.9, and that system he's getting now got a 51. So he's getting way more performance out of it. He's excited about that because he can play some other games that he has that this system couldn't run. That system's going to run it. So all we wait for now is his SSD, and then I'll probably put the 90 gig SSD into here, or that 1 terabyte hard drive that I do have. That's just basically the same. Depends on what they're going to offer. Like I might try to list it for, I'm trying to get the same amount I want for the other system. Hopefully I can get a break even, but I can lower the price 15 because he's giving me an extra 15 off the trade, so I could reduce it, the price that I wanted off that other computer, by 15, and I still do decently. Yeah, I won't make this super long. What do you guys think? Is this a good system? I've been getting used to running this, because this has HP games. You've seen hopefully the video's uploading. You see it where I took this apart, I tested. I have one video testing it, one video of me taking it apart and cleaning it. I haven't done the upgrades yet, but then I have another part of the video testing some games on it that are pre-installed on it. They're like HP games. I got another game that kind of has a feel of the Diablo game, but it's older. I've been playing that. I got probably like 40-50 minutes on that game, probably more than that. But just get back to here. It's just, got used to that. I might keep this, try to clone the drive off from that HP over to here to have them same games, because you're supposed to be signed into them games to get them to work, because you own them. They're owned on that machine. That's why I haven't reset it. I deleted all their information off that computer, so it's not reset, but there's no private information. I cleaned off all the browser history, cookies, everything out of the system. So yeah, someone could do recover all that stuff, but if I'm gonna resell it, I'm just gonna do restore it. I'm gonna use a program to make sure all the data's off there, and then I made the recovery disk for it, so I'll use these to put it back to 100% factory. But since I've been liking using that, I probably do the same with this. Maybe I can see driver issues being a problem, so I'll probably just get rid of this and keep that HP, because I like the motor games. I'll probably even have him take that. Maybe I'll probably message him tomorrow maybe and see if he wants to use that for now, and he could just set that up for his, put some of his games and stuff on it, get that all set up for me. so I can have them older games maybe on here, like the true games he has that's older off his thumb drives, no emulation, because I don't think that's going to be good enough to do it. But what will be good enough, hopefully, he'll set that up, and then he can use that for the day or two that it's going to take to get the other system up to him and ready to go. Yeah, I'm going to call this video. This is a Dell Inspiron 3475 with the A9 processor. Thank you for watching, and leave in the bottom your comments in below. What do you think this system's worth? Did I make a good trade? Did I not make a good trade? I wanted to try to get him something that he could still play his video games on, and I didn't have a lot of money in that other system. So yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great night or day or evening or whatever it is.